What's happening, everybody? Are we here? Is everyone here? Oh, we got people here. Excellent. Okay, we got an 18 by 24 inch canvas today. You guys can name this painting, and you're gonna be able to buy this painting because this one is available for sale. It's gonna have a volcano and a big old crashing wave over on the side over here. It's gonna be totally awesome. So, if that's something that interests you, you're gonna have a big old sunset sky with a volcano, a bunch of erupting stuff, maybe some lava down the side, and then a big old crashing wave over here. Then stick around, hit that like button, and we're gonna have some fun, guys. So what I'm doing is taking our Bob Ross liquid clear, looks a lot like that, and covering the entire black section of the canvas in our liquid clear. And when you do that, it helps all that black stay just as wet as the top is going to be, right? That top isn't wet yet. We haven't put that liquid white on. So we're just kind of prepping the base. Now, if you're asking yourself, how did I get this canvas like this, right? I took our Liquitex acrylic black gesso, and I made the mountain shape and then covered the whole bottom in acrylic gesso. So we've got black on the bottom with some clear oil paint over the top. And then we have nothing on the top yet. So what we're gonna do is wash this brush off. You guys are gonna tell me where you're watching from and what's your favorite candy. I've been talking a lot about candy recently. Mine's like Skittles, gotta be number one. Or at least up in the top 5. Skittles for sure, right? What about like Snickers? Definitely. I was into Reese's for a long time, but I don't know, I get burnt out on Reese's. They do have the best though. I mean, when you're in the mood for a peanut butter cup, it's Reese's. So, taking our brush, dried it off, beat the devil out of it, did all that stuff we're supposed to do. Now we're gonna get rid of all of this clear by wiping off our canvas with a piece of paper towel. Now you want to clear all of this excess clear off, right? You gotta get it out of here because it's gonna be too much. It'll be too much for all of our paint to handle and it'll be too nasty. So we gotta get all the clear off. You'll never be able to wipe it fully clean, so don't worry about that. It's still gonna be nice and slick and wet. Now we're gonna come up here, we're gonna put our Bob Ross liquid white on. It's the white version of this clear. And it helps, it's so vital. Like you gotta have it. If you don't have this stuff, then your sky's not gonna blend as well. It's gonna be more difficult. It's just so helpful, this stuff. So get yourself some Bob Ross. You can find it on my Amazon shop. You can find it online. You can go to bobross.com. You can get it over there. All sorts of places from. And it's just, like I said, it's very, very helpful with painting. Like it's gonna help our paints blend. It's gonna make everything slick and wet. And you can't do wet on wet if you don't have an on wet surface, right? We're taking wet paint, we're putting it on a wet surface. That's wet on wet in a nutshell, really. Hello. There goes the painting. That's what happens when you don't strap it down tight enough. There we go. All right. All the things that can happen during a live show, right? Okay, now we're gonna take our canvas, now brush it out, make sure it's all nice and thin, little layer of that liquid white. Gotta be nice and thin, otherwise it's gonna be too thick, again, for all of our paints to mess with. Just want it very thin. Watch. Very thin little coat. Don't want to have too much. Don't want to have a big glob of paint. So tell me where you're watching from, guys. What's your favorite sandwich? We're going to get into this volcanic seascape right here. Big old volcano. Let's see. All the follows. Thank you, guys. Love you guys so much. Literally, I mean, we've been up here every night painting. For the TikTok followers, it's fantastic. And one of my Super Squad members on YouTube, Mark Anderson, had an awesome idea. He said, why don't you take the TikTok lives, download them, and then put them on YouTube for the Super Squad members, right? For my paying members over on YouTube, you guys can re-watch all of these TikTok streams. I'm literally uploading 2 as we speak. They're going up on YouTube. So anytime you want to go back and watch one of these, if you're a Super Squad member, you'll be able to find it over there on YouTube. And you can go to youtube.com/paintwithjosh. Or if you want to join the Super Squad, go to youtube.com/paintwithjosh/join. And that'll take you to the Super Squad sign-up page where you can sign up and become a member. It's like $7.99 a month, and it's got lots of class videos and instructional things for like super beginners, you know, all the way to really advanced classes. And now all these TikTok live streams will be over on YouTube for the paying members. So, really cool idea, Mark Anderson. Thank you for that. He's the Northern Ireland Fan Club president, Mark Anderson over there. All right, you guys ready to throw in a Seascape? We've dried off our brush. We've cleaned everything off. We've got our old beater bucket right down here at the bottom. Got a little trash can close. I'm going to tell you for the last time, we're going to go to paintwithjosh.etsy.com if you want to buy this. And we're going to be able to name this painting. So start coming up with a name. What do you want to name it? As I throw in a little bit of our phthalo green back in here. Just a little bit. Because anywhere that we put, any color that we put on this black canvas is going to show so brightly when we hit it with our white paint. And that's going to be the fun part. People will come, they'll watch you be painting, and then you go, okay guys, we're going to use our white paint. You come across all this color and it just lights up immediately. It's just gorgeous. Okay, we're going to take our bit of blue right on top of that green. And maybe back in here, we'll have a little bit of that blue. Slide that guy back over here. Actually, we do them all. Well, no, let's throw in a little bit of crimson too. Gotta have some crimson in there. Love the bit of crimson, kind of at the base of all the blue back here. Let it blend in. You get all these little colors as we mix up our eye of our crashing wave. Very cool. Actually, I'm gonna have my crashing wave come up over the top right here. It's gonna be so neat. Now, all depends on where you put your color, right? You have to have some sort of color underneath, and that way you'll get all of our little different colors when we start going over it with our white paint. If you don't have any color and it's just a straight black canvas down there, and you hit it with some white paint, it's gonna be so super bright, and it'll never go away because there's nothing to blend with it underneath, right? So if we put some brown, different things, and we start to build our little beach. What's your beach look like? Well, it's gonna be different than my beach, I would imagine, right? We're not all gonna have the same colors. We're not all gonna have the same amount of paint or the same amount of pressure on the brush. So, all depends. What do you want yours to look like? I always say it, right? Now, we've got all these deep, dark colors on there. We're gonna be set for when we come back. Let's wash this brush off. And we're gonna come up to our sky and get out our bright colors. Get out our gorgeous bright colors, right? It's gonna be fantastic. Fantastic. So tell me where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwich? What's your favorite candy? Again, we were talking about candies. I just can't get enough of some of those Skittles. Anything tropical, right? You got tropical Skittles, you got tropical Starbursts. I'm in love with the tropicalness of everything, right? We get a little bit more of our liquid white right here onto our canvas. I saw a couple little areas of bare, dry canvas, right? And that's not gonna work when we wanna go blend our sky. So remember, you don't wanna have too much, but you gotta have enough. Gotta have enough, Joshy. Okay, you come back in there, and now we'll be ready to paint. Okay, let's do it, guys. I know, sometimes I get taken too long, and I'm sure everyone just tunes out. All right, we're gonna wash off the brush for the last time, and then we're gonna get painting, I swear. Too much talking, not enough painting. Okay, let's see if we can see everything. Oh yeah, oh, you guys can see the colors very brightly, right? When you're up here close to it, you can't really see all those colors. They stay very dark. I had a little bit too much brightness in my brush when we put the green on, but it's okay. It's all good. Let's switch to a smaller brush. Now we're gonna go up here. Let's get a little bit of our brightest yellow. A little bit of our next yellow. That's for working from our brightest to our darkest colors. Oh yeah, just like that. Why don't we take this? This is a cool thing. You've got a little bit of painter's tape. That's how I usually make my straight lines. I get a little bit of painter's tape. You don't need it all the time. Maybe out here, we put our painter's tape, right? You can either go around it or you can go inside of it. What do you want to do? Totally up to you, right? Just make a little white area back here is all we really need. Now we're gonna take that from the edges, blend it back. And like I said, all we're trying to do is leave a little dime-sized, little coin-sized area right there. Whatever your smallest coin is in your currency, that's about the size that we want to leave right there. Small little bit, and then we'll go back and add a little gorgeous sun. Oh, it'd be fantastic. Okay, now we're going to come into here. We're going to grab up our red, right? Come into your red, it's our next darkest color. A little bit of our yellow ochre, and we'll drop that around here. What's it start to look like? It's totally up to you. Right? Maybe a little bit more red down here. on the edge of our water, right? Not trying to pick up any amount of green that we have underneath there and then go back up into our sky. That would be a bad deal. All right, come into our crimson and red. It's a little darker, a little deeper, right? A little bit more crazy, and you can see how that liquid white just helps everything blend. And if you don't have it, it's so much more difficult to blend all the paint together, right? I'm gonna take a little bit of our black. Come out here, just a smidge, because that black and the crimson, they make the most gorgeous purple you've ever seen. All right, a little bit of crimson, a little bit of black. No blue yet, just mixing it up. Oh yes, look at that, guys. Leaving it in, maybe we got a little bit down here, just wherever we want. Now we're gonna come over to our blue. Maybe way out here, we got a little bit of blue sky. I love having a little blue sky out there. Now we'll go crimson blue, and make our really deep, dark, purpley color out here. All right, covering our edges, just in case it gets purchased. You don't have to buy a frame, right? I do have a brand new white frame over here, and I don't know, the Seascapes look really nice in a white frame, but you don't have to buy it in a frame, or you can frame it yourself, right? You don't have to take it to a shop and get it professionally done, because it's an 18 by 24. It'll literally fit any 18 by 24 frame you can get at the store. You can take an old picture frame out. You can do lots of stuff. I've done it all. A little bit of crimson back in here just to separate the blue from the purple, right? And then we'll let it all work together. Who's ready to see a magic trick? It's the best oils, is it never ends up looking however you first do it. You get that chance to blend them all together. So if you think I paint like a 4-year-old, tap the screen and we'll see what we're looking at, right? Gorgeous. Okay, we're gonna take our brand new 2-inch brush. You come in here, remember, you guys are gonna be able to name this painting, so start coming up with a name. What would you name this volcano style of a painting? Just very lightly, don't wanna go over that bright spot too much. Stay into our green, or our yellow. Back in here, very lightly, starting to grip from the edge, bringing those little things in so soft, right? Just with the amount of pressure that we use. If you use the right amount of pressure, you can make anything happen in your sky, right? You can drag all that darkness in and cover your yellow. You can just have it mix lightly where you want it to mix, right? All the color is going to want to come down and cover this little spot down here. And we don't want that to happen. That's not going to be good if that happens, right? Just based off the amount of pressure that you pull, you can move your whole sky around. You can move mountains. You can change your world, right? Now I'm going to come into our darker color, and I'm not going to go too far back into that bit of yellow. Don't worry about your bit of volcano. You can always go back and put them in, but you can see the more the light that you push over, the further away in the distance he's going to become, right? That's what's so cool about this liquid white and then the black gesso, is you can make it look like the light is just creeping over the edge of the mountain, or it's so bright it's pushed it back a little bit, you know what I mean? All depends on what you want to do. And then when we come back and we add more paint, it'll pull it back into our foreground, right? But the volcano is not the focal point of today's episode. I love a great sunset sky with a crashing wave, and all my crashing waves keep getting purchased, so I keep having to paint one for myself. And so that's what we'll do. We'll paint this one. But again, you can take it. That's what I do for a living. I sell paintings. So I'm just messing around. You guys can buy this one. Go to paintwithjosh.etsy.com and get it before anyone else can. Now I'm coming into my real deep dark colors out here. So I want to go light pressure, right? I don't want all this purple to drag all the way across the sky. Light pressure, light pressure, light pressure. And then anywhere that we have a real deep area that we just can't get rid of, or we don't want to push it too far, that's where you throw your cloud over, right? Very, very cool. A little bit in there. Now we're going to be back into our blue and our gray and our purple section back here. Get this soft little bit of sky. And again, look, the more pressure, the more you can drag it in. What do you want yours to look like? I always ask that, right? Because it's not going to look the same as mine. Never, in 100 years, never going to look exactly the same. And that's the best part about art, is you're going to see something a little bit different than I'm looking at, or our blending is going to be a little, or we'll decide to put a cloud in at a different place than we would have before. Hello! My goodness. Look at the amount of pressure we're just throwing on this canvas. Excellent. See? That's why you got to be a good catch, too. Again, that's another reason why we wear gloves. People go, why do you wear gloves? Well, sometimes the painting tries to fly out of the easel and we have to catch it. Just like that. Oh, so soft. Okay, now I'm gonna take a clean brush, or you can go clean that brush off, but I'm gonna take a clean dry brush, gonna go back into our lightest area and work that yellow out. It's just like these little sequin pillows, right? You can slide it one way, you get one design, flip it back over, you get the other design. Same thing with oil paint. You can slide it around, you can stretch it out, you do all sorts of things until it looks how you want it to look, which is why I always say, what do I always say, guys? What do you want yours to look like? Because it isn't about mine, it's about yours. Man, that looks cool. So soft. Okay, excellent. Let's wash off those brushes. Gotta wash them off. Gotta have some nice clean tools. Look at how soft that is out there. Just gorgeous. Now, anywhere that we don't like or that you have a bit of paint that you just can't blend out or in it, look at my canvas. It's stuck back behind that thing. All right, I'm really gonna have to crank down on this guy now. There we go. Blend it a little bit more, and then areas like this where you have that darkness already, save that for a piece of cloud. It's gonna be awesome. A little bit of cloud, gonna come in, brighten everyone's day. It's gonna be fantastic. Look at that. Excellent. Okay, let's wash those brushes off. See if I can't, I might need to get a new easel, guys. Like, this thing is not holding canvases anymore. No matter how hard I crank down on it, this doesn't want to stay. So I think after 705 paintings, it might be time to get another one. And granted, I haven't done all 705 on this one, but this is painting 705. So if you go over to my Etsy store, paintwithjosh.etsy.com, and you either type in the word TikTok into the search bar or 705, it'll pull up this sunset seascape with a volcano. It's going to be awesome. And like I said, you can purchase it before anyone else has the chance to get it. If you go over to paintwithjosh.etsy.com. Well, I gotta thank so many people. I gotta thank Cheryl and Melanie and Jessie Lynn and all you guys for sending me these brushes off of my Amazon wish list. I really, like, it really helps. And people are like, oh, you have too many GAC Doctor brushes, I won't send those. No, no, no. I go through these a lot, right? I beat the crap out of them. They fall apart because I paint more than any one of you guys, right? So, I love those fan brushes, and these were from Jessie Lynn's art and from a lady named Cheryl who sent them to me. Just fantastic little filbert brushes I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you just how to do a cute little sun with a little filbert brush, right? Some people use their thumb, some people use their finger. They go like this, or they go like that, right? I don't know, even though I wear gloves, I don't want to do that. I'm going to show you what the brush, actually I'm going to show you before we even get any paint on the brush, okay? I'll show you what we're attempting to do right here on my hand, right? And let me see if I can see it in the frame. Okay. So we're going to push in with the brush, flattening it out all the way. And then as we start to spin, watch what happens to the bristles. See how they go into a circle? And you can start to rotate like that, almost making a perfect circle. That's what we're attempting to do up here on the canvas, okay? So we're going to come up, we're going to grab our white just on one side of the brush. Just on one side. If anyone asks me, why do you wear gloves one more time? I mean, I'll have a picture like this. This is why. I don't know. I'd like to show people stuff on my hands. Okay, we're going to take our white just like that on the one side of the brush, right? And come up here right into the brightest point. We're going to push flat and rotate just like we did. And I like going to the left, right? It's easier for me to go to the left. All depends on you. All depends on your pressure, about how bright your sun's going to be, how big it's going to be. And then you go back and just soften him a little bit, right? All we want is that little bit of brightness out there. Right out in our sky, the brightest part of your sky. Get this little dot of a sun. He's so far away. Oh, so cute, right? So cute. Okay, now we're going to take and just soften him just a little bit. A couple swipes. That's all we need, ladies. Okay. Now, remember I told you about that shadowy area? It's kind of playing perfectly if we come in and drop a big old cloud down in like that, right? We'll bounce it off of this shadow. It's going to be very cool. So we shouldn't even need any amount of shadowy paint on our brush beforehand. We're going to come up here with a fair amount of paint, leaving the one side clean, and then just like this, pop it on there, smush it around, bounce it in, get all that paint all over the canvas. And then it's going to want to grow down the more we mix it, right? So we're going to take our brush, we're going to start mixing down, mix it down, mix it down. It's going to blend in with those colors underneath. And the more you push, the more it'll go away. Right? The lighter we are, the lighter it'll stay up there. You get this soft little thing. just chilling out there. So pretty. Come back, grab a little bit more of our thick white. Maybe there's another little piece back in here that hid behind our little bit of that darkness, right? Come up underneath, just catches. Oh, it's just fantastic. Again, you make it look however you want to make it look. Just with the amount of pressure, the amount of paint that you have on the brush, the amount of pressure, and the amount of practice that you have, right? The more you practice, the more it's going to look awesome. Don't just expect it to look good on your very first go, right? That's not how anything works, really. All right, let's go put our little bit of our volcano in over there. Only really doing the one side of the sky because we're going to have a whole lot of smoke and eruption coming out of this other guy, right? So why don't we take our little bit of oil, and we'll go up a little bit higher. I don't know. Up into there. I love when it goes from the light to the dark, all the way across the sky, and again, just very lightly with our brush. So light. The lighter you go, the brighter it'll be. The harder you push, the more it'll kind of fade away, right? All depends on what you want it to look like. No one else. Doesn't matter about anyone else's opinion, what they want it to look like, what theirs was, theirs looked. Doesn't make a difference. Take a little bit of darkness, put it underneath that guy, maybe we'll blend it all out in one go. Take our brush like that, start to work him out, start to work him back, start to work him out, start to work him back. You just decide when you have your, it looks like, how bright you want it, how soft you want it, and just like that, very far away cloud. Everything's on this angle though, coming from back towards us, right? Perspective is a big deal. That should be the fourth P. Paint, pressure, practice, and then perspective. That's the fourth P. What else do you guys think about the 3 P's of Paint with Josh? Do you have any other letters? Angle, I think, is a good letter. So paint, pressure, practice, perspective, angle, right? A. What other things would you put if you were teaching, or if you're a teacher? I don't know if you're a teacher or not, or if you're just a student, or if you're a painter, or if you're a professional, or just a weekend. Right? What would you add to the list? The amount of paint on your brush, the amount of pressure on your canvas. Doesn't matter if we're doing a mountain or a tree or a cloud or a sun or a sky or whatever it is. And practice, right? What else would you put in there? Okay. Now let's take a little of our darker color mix right here. So we're going to mix up our black and crimson and blue. Just mixing them on the brush, and why not? We'll throw a bit of those 2 browns in there too. Just so it's not the same, and it'll be different. All these little places have all these little different streaks of different color, just like that. Fantastic, right? Wipe off your old knife. At least my knife's old. You might have a new knife. Okay, we're going to come in here. I'm just going to come back and line the edge of my little volcano with my darkness again. Having it come down different places. Little bits, and then maybe it came down into the water down there. And then we're going to take it and spread it out with our brush, right? So we don't want a whole terrible amount of paint up here, because then it's going to be hard to get rid of. Very hard to spread out and get rid of, right? So there we go. And again, you guys can get this one for $299.99 with free shipping, tracking info, all that stuff. You go to paintwithjosh.etsy.com. I'm a star seller. I've had over 620 something sales. I can't even remember now what it is. Let's take our brush like that, very gently, right? The more pressure we have, the more it's going to want to grow down. We want it to stay back here. All depends on the angle that you're pulling to, right? Angles, pressure, perspective, practice, 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 practice. Very light and soft. Goes out there into the deep. Into the deep. Ooh, that's fantastic. I like that. All right, now watch. Just one thing. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of practice, a little bit of different lighting, and you can all of a sudden see, just in the directional pulls, that we have this little ridge in our volcano. You know, what does yours look like? I always say that. I always say that. It always seems like I'm saying that, right? Maybe we want our ridge to go this way. Change direction, come back towards us. All these little different things you can do, right? Just based off how you pull it. So you pull it this way one time, we come down, and then over here, oh, we're pulling it in this little J, in this little Paint with Josh shape, right? Little J shape. Change it. What do you want it to look like? Totally up to you. We should just take all this dark color and just go like this. Watch. Oh no, guys, I'm gonna smash it against the canvas. Tell me to stop. Oh, somebody stop me. Oh, no, just... Oh, goodness. That's... Oh, what are we going to do now, guys? Oh, my God, what are we going to do? We're actually going to make it darker. That's what we're going to do. Oh, my heck. That starts looking cool, right? Get all that deep darkness, and then we can go back and highlight all that, change it, have it come up and around. That's why we didn't add any clouds over here, right? This explosion. Again, it's going to try to go light. As soon as you put it up there with that liquid white, it's got all that action. It's trying to go light up there, right? And that's not what we want. We don't want it to go light. Now let's highlight this guy. Maybe he's got a little bit of like lava coming down. And then we'll throw in our ocean scene. You gotta throw in your little bit of ocean. Maybe it starts coming out like this. All right, it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. Is it gonna burst right now, or has it already blown? That's the question. Now, just in order to cover more space and more time, I'm gonna take a little of our white on our palette knife and come and drop it in different areas, almost like we're trying to make a mountain out here, right? There are little differences like that. Like we're just trying to make a mountain, and then we should have a lot of cool little things when we come in here and we start to mix, right? And we bring it down, and you get all this little action inside there. Oh, look at those little light areas, dark areas. Where's it hitting? Where's the light not hitting? How much pressure? How much practice? How much paint on the canvas? How much paint on the brush? And just like that, you get this wicked cool thing, guys. Just an explosion. Ba-boosh! Ba-boom! That looks really cool. That's how Josh ends his show. Ba-boom! Okay, let's take a little bit of our red color. Maybe we'll start chucking just a little bit of red hue up into the dark area like that. Oh, yes. Oh, guys. Oh, guys, it's starting to look cool. All right, and we'll take a little bit of our white and a little bit of our yellow. Right, and right on top of the brush. A little bit of that brightest yellow. Keep it nice and bright. Just a few little bits as we're coming out. Different little things. So fantastic, you guys. Oh, there it is. Just gagoosh. Ba-boom. What kind of sound effect are you thinking of, right? That's what I'm thinking. Maybe he's got a little bit of darkness on that one side, just so it's not a straight top. And see, it's kind of been blown to pieces. Boom! That's what's up. Right? Change it however you want. Hide things. Pull it down. Go over here. Go over there. Add some more humps. Whatever you want it to look like. Right? The point is, we're not going to have so much detail back here. Now on this side, be where all my lava is coming down, so I'm going to put a little bit of our darker color in here. Just as like rocks, you know what I mean? Some things don't get caught in all the lava. Maybe it'll creep out of this little place. So I'm going to scrape up a little area, scrape up that dark paint. That way it won't try to mix in too much. And now we're going to try to make some lava. Who's ready to make some lava? What colors would you use to make lava? That's the question. All right, because lava to me is like red, crimson, yellow. Start to mix her up. And as long as we're not overdoing it in little different areas, maybe a little crimson, maybe a little red, maybe a little yellow ochre. Oh, guys, depends on where you want it, right? All of that looks like lava to me. And then we have our deep dark colors underneath that is going to be our cooled lava, because not everything is, the whole mountain's not going to be burning, right? And maybe we came down like this. And it starts creeping down the edge. Oh, guys, that looks pretty cool. Tell me that don't. Tell me it don't look neat, right? This is a gigantic explosion. It's coming down here. It's creeping down back there. You get like the mountain just ripped itself apart. Just a little bit coming out. Coming down at different places. Oh, guys. We had just a little get stuck to the brim. Baboosh! Pretty cool. That looks pretty cool, guys. What do you think? What do you guys think? You guys are like it's a kind of a bad lighting situation. There's so much glare over there. But if I turn off the lights, you know what I mean? Then it's too dark. So you guys got to just stick with me here. Maybe if I get you over on this side, there'll be less glare. That works. And then we'll just move in a little bit, right? That works right there, though. I like that. A little bit less glare, less action. And come down here again, kind of skipping places. Don't want to let it get all the way down to the sea. That's not good. Don't want to come all the way down to the ocean. It'll start to smoke down there. Right? It's creeping down. You get all these little differences in dark areas. Different little things. It's Josh's favorite saying. Different little things. From here and there and everywhere. Pop in a few little dark areas right over the top of that lava, right? Because not everything is cooling and at the same temperature all the time. You get little dark bits on top of the lava. Gotta have our texture in our mountain. Man, that looks cool. That looks cool. If we had a little bit creep off the backside. Looks like trying to make it down this way. Just a little guy. Gotta have him connect. There we go, Josh. Perfect. Little stream off the back, right? Again, how do you want it to look? All depends on you. If you want your whole mountain to be streaming down with lava, then put a little bit more on, right? Down there. A little bit more of our texture. So everything's nice and the same. You know what I mean? Gotta be similar. Maybe we had some of our shadowing back underneath there. Very cool, guys. Very cool. Okay, now we're going to come in and soften all that bit of paint. Don't need all that texture showing, so we're just going to swipe up from the edge, just very softly, not trying to hurt the lava, not trying to move it, not trying to shape it, just trying to make it go a little softer, right? That's all we need to do. A little softness back there. I like these little bits. They're kind of like old burnt trees or bushes or something. Something we didn't plan on, but they ended up being there, which is really cool. Which is just really cool. All right, we're gonna back you guys up. We're gonna stop focusing on the lava here. And actually, you know what we're gonna do since we're still right over here? What if we had a little teeny tiny, just a little teeny tiny chunk, just exploding off. All right, little bits that blew off the edge as this thing was just exploding in lava. Right, of course, we're going to have to highlight those guys just a little bit on the one side. Right? Little things. Little bits. Just exploding. Just giant amount, right? I want to come in one more little bit and see if we can't add a little something. Like it's just blowing out of the top, right? So we'll come back in, see if we can grab some of that lava color, some of our red, some of our yellow, and some of our crimson. See if we can't just make it look like it's just exploding. Oh, guys, that looks really cool, actually. That looks really neat. Yeah, oh, I like that, right? A little bit more of our bright yellow. At the top, because you got to have that yellow, the crimson, and the red all in there at the same time. That looks cool. That looks awesome. All right, let's move you guys back. Move you back over here. I totally forgot my drink again. There we go. Now we're going to throw in a bunch of color right into this gorgeous little seascape. So, what do you guys think of that volcano? Get all that action. That is awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Get that little explosiveness happening, right? So cool. We don't even have to do any clouds back there. This cloud looks closer than those faraway clouds. Awesome. Literally turning out fantastic. So tell me where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwich? And are you ready to see the most fantastic seascape wave you've ever seen? A little crashing action. Here it comes, baby. Keep yourself tuned in. Make sure you're tapping that screen so much that your bone is exposed. You have no more fingertip because you've tapped so many times, right? We hit 1.1 million taps the other day. So let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can do that, right? Now we're going to come in here. I don't need a whole lot of back ocean. This is mainly going to be one big crashing wave over here on the side. Take our attention away from all that's happening back there. So we're going to take a little bit, and this is going to be our waves, right? Our little bright water. We're going to start to come in very horizontally. We don't need it to be crazy. right? Get some action back in there, over here, over here. Nothing crazy, right? On this little downward angle. That's all we need, that little downward angle. That is the biz. Now we're gonna have this grow as we come out here. It's gonna grow, right? Anytime we hit it with our brush, it's gonna start to grow. So we're gonna push it, and based on our pressure, we can slide it almost all the way across the canvas, right? Just like that, make it a little softer. Get these cool little things that happen, little bits of waves, little light areas, little dips, little things, all just from a couple swipes out there, right? And then all you gotta do is go back and highlight it in the areas that you want it to show, or brush it out a little bit more where you don't want so many details. Little different things get you the coolest little effects, you guys, I'm telling you. Coolest little things. Where's the water go? Who knows? Does it go around the edge? Does it come all the way up here? This is all gonna be covered anyway. Is that a far off little mountain back in the distance? If it isn't, we could make it one, just like that. Like I'm talking that little teeniest, tiniest. We may not even see that guy by the time we get done. All right, but just with the smallest amount of paint, because too much paint will make him look too dark. Darkness brings it closer, right? Less paint, push him further away. So really stretch that guy. Look at that. Far off little mountain way back behind this thing. Maybe that's an older volcano. Or one that hasn't gone off yet. That's always a possibility. Okay, now that we've got our back ocean back here, we're into our blue. Our eye is going to be right here, so we have to decide if it's going to crash there. Let's say we crash right here. Ba-boom! Lots of spray, so I need to add a bit back there, and then as we come back down, we'll come over here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is pop in a couple little mustaches, right? Got to have these little mustaches. They're awesome. They help. So this guy back here, come up. Little thing, little mustache. Nothing too crazy. Right? A little bit of brightness off the back. Come over. All we're doing is adding that little bit of bright to that back wave, right? It's really it. It's really it. Now, I'm going to take one more little guy. One more little mustache guy. Bring him up like that. Down like that. All you need, that little lip. Slide this guy back. Right? That makes it look like the water's coming in way back. Maybe the explosion made shed a shock wave coming this way, right? A little shock wave. Coming up to us. Everybody prepare. Oh my God, the shock wave's coming. There it is, guys. So soft, so neat. So little things. Changing our direction. Little bits, right? On this guy over here, we're just sliding him towards that peak. We don't want to take it and slide it the other way. That's not going to make any sense, right? So we're going to slide him back. Just that little bit. That's all we need. Now we're going to come in here with a little bit of our white. And on these light areas, just little far off little waves. Different levels, different heights, right? We may not even see some of these guys over here, but they're way back there. Way back there. Right on top of that last little bit of white is all you really need. Nothing too crazy, guys. Now we're going to soften it all. We'll do these guys in the back first, so they become a bit softer. Right? Especially those guys that are way far away, just little teeny tiny things. Bing, bang, boom. Soften it back. Remember, you guys can buy this one. Go to paintwithjosh.etsy.com, or you'll be able to name it at the end of the stream as well. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get in the way. A lot of times when I say you can buy this one, it's already sold, and then I get yelled at. So there we go. Gorgeous. Soften it back. Change up that little bit, make it a little bit more round. Beautiful. Oh yeah. All right, let's come in here, guys. There we go. Oh, I forgot I put some crimson over on that side too, so I have a bunch of pink over here. Be really cool. If you like pink and volcanoes and seascapes, this one's for you. And green and blue, of course. If these are your favorite colors, you're gonna love my seascapes. So if this is the first time or the 1,000,000th time you're watching a Paint with Josh video, what's your favorite sandwich? Where are you watching from? I'd love to know where you guys are watching from all over the world, right? Okay, we're gonna come in here. Man, if this one's not just turning into the most gorgeous little thing, then take our brush like that, and like I said, we're gonna come up right there. So this is gonna be our bit of back wave that we need to fill backwards, right? And then as we come up and crisscross over the top of that wave, you start to rotate down. So what I mean is, grab your brush, start little things, just little chucks, throwing it, little bit, all right? Tiny little things. Grab up here, and we're only worried about what the top side looks like. Don't over-rotate too quickly. That's a bad thing. Okay, now maybe turn the brush over. You can see all the different in paint, right? All that brightness. So we're gonna use that brightness, we're gonna turn it, and we're gonna start going a different way. Sliding it that way. All right, the more you go up at this angle, the more you chuck it out to the side. All depends on your strokes, your drag marks, what your water is going to look like. Look at those different colors. We got the blue, we got the green over here. It's all these little differences, you guys. Man. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of the yellow, because this just looks fantastic when you do this. Little yellow right on the top, little kiss. Little kiss from the sun, right? That's all we did. Little kiss. Kiss of brightness. Maybe there's a bit of foam up there, something getting churned over. Little kiss of brightness up there is all I'm looking for. Excellent. Man, that's cool. All we need is a little kiss of brightness in our life. There we go. Gotta be the right height and the right angle. Boom. These wicked cool little highlights on the top of our water, right? Very cool. Very cool. That's the one I wanted right there. Creasing the top. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of all that paint off that brush, because sometimes you can have too much. All right, we're going to come over here, loading up the same color, just not as much. And we're going to light up our eye of our wave right in here, right? Our little transparency. And it's going to want to grow really far. So little amount of paint, right? Look at how much we used off the whole brush. Just that small little corner of paint, and just mushed it in until it continued to grow, right? And then we're going to take our dry 1-inch brush, come in here to our smallest bit, and I'm going to try to push it up and meet this line, but not have them touch. You got to have that dark separator, right? I always talk about it. A little dark separation line in there between the light colors, and that little bit of dark, and then we're just going to mix it until it's just so soft, but you don't want to have it grow down too far either, right? Got to keep it up there, got to keep it nice and soft. And we're going to come up with our little bit of our wave again. Get it nice like that. Okay. Now, we've got a little bit of paint on our brush. We can start to slide back and flick back to that last little bit of darkness underneath our next little bit of water coming in, right? You start from your line, little flick. Little flick, little flick. And then as we go over to the side, we start changing our angle, right? Our angle was up here. Now it's going more and more and more and more, and then by the time we get to the edge, they're going to be pretty much straight sideways. Right, so we're sliding it back to that last little bit. Over here, and now we're just going straight sideways, right? You have to turn it. You have to change. You have to have that directional differences in there. Just like a clock. Right? All these little different things that are happening in there. Sliding it back. Now we got to go back and make it soft, right? And again, we don't want these two bits of brightness to touch. That's going to be bad. So very light pressure will keep it from growing, but it'll also soften it enough to take out those little fan brush strokes, right? Soften it enough, keeping that little bit of darkness underneath. Oh, guys. This one's just coming out fantastic. Remember, you can buy this one for $299.99 over at paintwithjosh.etsy.com. It's 40% off right now. It's got free worldwide shipping. So wherever you are in the world, you can have this painting for $299.99 out the door. Nothing else nothing else, no hidden fees, nothing. Let's take a little bit more of that darkness. I never seem to make up enough, and we're gonna make a whole bunch of big rocks and stuff in this one, so let's make a little bit more of that dark shadowy color, because we'll eventually end up using it. Now, come in, look at this. This is a nice little shape of a wave right here. I'm gonna load up just the corners of the brush. So we're coming in like that, just on the corners. Now I'm gonna flip it over, flip the brush over this way. And so we just have it, there's this bit in the top where it's a little bit higher, right, than the rest on both sides. That'll ensure we don't have too much paint. Now we're gonna come up underneath, right, connect to that dark separator, and just start popping in little teeny bits of pressure, just to drop on a little bit of shadowing of our water that's coming over the edge, right? Now we're gonna we're splitting up the eye and the bit of water up here. Now we're gonna come down and we're gonna follow this S-shaped curve, okay? If you guys have been following me for a little while, you might have heard about the S-shaped curve. And if not, here's your chance to find out about it, right? It's just a big, long S. If you were to take an S and stretch it out, that's all the way it is to me. I'm always looking for shapes to make it easier for you guys to paint and make it easier to relate to, right? So little teeny bit of pressure in here to keep that dark separation line. I just want to make it soft, so lightly, right? Just even lighter than we did our clouds, because you just want to make it soft in there. That's all we're doing. Coming in, mixing it up, having those little differences. Oh, perfect, right? Gorgeous. Okay, now we're going to come in and we're going to brighten that bit up with a little bit of liquid white onto our brush. You have to have the liquid white. It's that same stuff that we put up here in the canvas to make it stay wet. You have to have that stuff in order to make this stuff wet enough to come off your brush, right? If you just take titanium white and touch it to the black, a lot of the black's going to come off onto the white versus the other way around, right? So you have to make it thinner with this liquid white. And then we're going to come in, same thing, just tapping up, and then as soon as we get to the top of our wave, we're going to crest over. It's a little bit higher than the tip top, and now I'm going to stay on the top of our shadows, not the underside. Right? So bouncing up into our little bit of wave details, staying on top of those little things, coming down, smacking into our bit of shadowing down here, still on that S-shaped curve, right? Coming in here, slapping it all around. That's all you need, and especially with all this liquid white that's in our brush right now, this is really going to want to grow, so don't put too much on there. All right, we'll come back with our brush and very lightly make a cloud, even lighter than anywhere that we've touched so far. That's how light you have to be. And come in so soft, because again, it's going to want to move, and it's going to want to grow, and it's going to want to extend and get everywhere. So it all depends on your amount of pressure, the amount of paint on your brush, your pressure, and how many times you practiced, right? Practice is a big factor. Not going to be perfect on your very first go. And I don't like coming up and making it all look the same everywhere. So decide on what you need, where you need it to be, how much of our light you want to show, how much of our little highlights, how much water is crashing, where is everything happening, you know what I mean? Is it coming down here? Get a little bit more action just from pushing the brush into the canvas like that, right? What's going on in your bit of wave? That's my question. Holy cow, you guys. This one's coming out fast. You know, I'm going to have to take this one out of the shop. Somebody, I'm going to have to take this out of the shop because this is just probably my favorite painting of all time. The way this one's coming out. I don't even have room for the freaking wicked awesome rocks I was going to put in there. I'm going to put these awesome rocks in. I don't even have the space. So we're going to take our brush just like this. Come back in, clean up our bit of our liquid white because we don't want to have that junk in there. It'll make it too sloppy and wet. Sometimes we like it sloppy wet, and sometimes we like a nice, dry, thick, firm brush, right? Nice, firm, dry paint. I mean, not brush, but paint. Paint, brush, whatever. It's all the same. Come in here. Actually, I want to add a couple more little bits of brightness back in here with that same pile of paint we were just using. Again, come back. Little differences, just until I like how it looks, right? If I don't like it, then in my head, no one else is going to like it. So, little things like that. Little cool little bits. Little bits, guys. Okay, now we're going to shape our wave. Who's ready for a wave? I haven't checked the comments in a long time. How many people we got? Last time I looked, we had 1,100 people watching. That was like half an hour ago. Thank you guys for sticking around. You guys are awesome. Let's see. If you don't like it, go paint something yourself. That's funny. Okay, we're going to come into our white. Uh-oh, we got people in the Etsy store trying to steal my favorite painting away from me. Painting 705, and it's literally my favorite painting I've ever done. So if you want Paint with Josh's favorite painting he has ever done in his life, then you better get over there and get number 705. Because as soon as I get done with this show, I'm serious, I might take it out of the store and just keep it for myself. I'm not even kidding. I say that a lot, and I'm always joking, but this time I'm not even kidding. So you guys got about until I'm done to get it before it gets taken away. And I have it like this. This is going in my new house, right? When we move, it's going in the new bathroom. Ah, okay, here we go. A little bit of white. Unless you guys steal it from me, it's totally up to you. A little bit of white. You come in here, just start sliding back, right? We don't want to curve up right away. That's a bad deal. Curve up right away. That's never going to work. You have to slide it back, right? And then we're going to slide it forward, and we're going to curve at the same time. So you want to come back, you go back first, and then you rotate up, right? The more you rotate, what is that? Oh, here we go, guys. Somebody's in here trying to get it. The more you rotate, the more it's going to look curved. So you decide on how much angle you want to drag up, how much we're pushing, how much paint, how much pressure, right? We're going over here. It's getting flatter and flatter again, right? With our tick-tocks of our clocks. Tick-tock. Rock the clock, baby. Going up, sliding over. We're doing all sorts of things, right? And again, now we're going to come back and slide it forward down the face of the wave. And that's where we're going to end up with our little bit of foam. Just like that, right? And then you decide what you want your foam to look like and all these differences. It looks like a little crown back in there. That's cool. Right? Little light things, very light amount of paint, very small amounts of pressure, just to have those little differences in there. So cool. So cool. I'm going to take a little bit brighter in some places, following our same angles though. Same angles, bringing it out, bringing it out, bringing it out. Oh, guys. Man, that one looks neat. Okay, what we got over here? Yes, Swatch? Oh, just telling me that my daughter exercised more than I did today. It's like, your daughter closed all 3 wings. What did you do today, lazy? Oh, well, I sat down and I edited a bunch of videos and I didn't really move a lot. And no, I came up here and prepped all these canvases. It's still not a lot of movement, though. There we go. Just like that. Sliding it back. I'm going to show you the coolest trick about making these guys connect up here. Oh, guys. Isn't that just the most wicked awesome thing? How much? This one's $299.99. It's over in my Etsy store. And you can get it if you go to paintwithjosh.etsy.com and purchase this one while you can. Sometimes they go fast. And with this one, I might just take it out the shop by the time we get done, because I really like how it's starting to look. I really like it. Really like it. Again, we're going over. We're following those angles. I'm going to show you this cool trick right here, right? Just like we made our little mustache out there. Same thing with these angles. So we came in like that, and then we came down. We came in, we came down. Came down. Now, this little bit is going to look like it's about to rotate, right? Take our brush. Clean, dry brush, of course. A little bit of pressure so we can form and shape the wave however we want it to look. Right? Taking our back bits, pulling them off to the side. And just with our directional pulls of our brush, you can start to shape what you want your water to look like. All right, say you want it a little brighter or a little bit different angle. We'll have that white come down over here. All right, a little bit brighter side of our wave. Very cool little thing. Now remember, we're going to be able to name this painting, guys. So if you want to name it, start coming up with a name. What do you think you would name it? And if it does get purchased, maybe the buyer will choose the name that you suggested. And if it doesn't get purchased, then I'll choose the name and I'll give a shout out to whoever's name that we choose, right? Sometimes the buyers do that too. They'll give out shout outs for people that go, oh, I don't know what to, just let this person name it, and then they give them a shout out. It's really cool, in my opinion. There we go, guys. Guys, that looks neat. That really looks like the water is on a little lip. Like, watch, if we continue this little edge over here, pull this guy down, right? Just with our directional pulls, again, you get this little lip of our water, and then with our lip, we can change that look back there And again, with just another little directional pull out to the side, at those same angles, our wave can come up just like that. And then dip and come down, right? Just like it's got a little lip on it. Very cool. And just pull it until those lips connect or swipe it up. Don't want it to lose all those details. Gotta have that little thing, but that looks neat. It's like a dragon's tail. You guys can't even see what I'm working on over here. A little dragon's tail action. So cool. All right, guys, let's back it up just a bit. We're gonna put a big old rock over here somewhere. Very cool. Remember, you guys can purchase this painting. Go to paintwithjosh.etsy.com. I'll show you what it looks like right over here, because we're almost done. So if you go to paintwithjosh.etsy.com, you'll find this listing that says TikTok listing, right? And that TikTok listing is right there. You can see it's $305.99. I'm sorry, I thought I said $299.99. It's $305.99. That's what the listing looks like for this painting, number 705. So head over there. Comes with free shipping, so $305.99 plus the tax, and then there are no other hidden fees. You won't even see it. It'll come and land on your doorstep, and it'll literally be the most excellent part of your day when that painting shows up. And some of the other buyers, I'm sure they're in here watching, can attest to that. Right? A little bit of our liquid white, just following along the edge, lighter pressure as we get away. Come away, oh, light. There's that ridge, that dragon's back I was telling you about, right? Now, what's cool about the liquid white is you can literally blend it until it goes away, or use it in very small little details, just based off of how we're pulling it, right? And again, if I wanted it to go away, I would make it go away. But now we got this little wall of water coming in, lining up with the rest, all based off of our directional pulls. You can see it start to build. It's like a dragon's back in there. It's very cool. Mixing this in just the smallest bit. A couple little taps just to make it look like it's about to roll over. You know what I mean? It's not as smooth as the rest. And then a couple swipes, just very lightly, lighten that sucker down. Gorgeous. Couple little things off the back. Oh, guys, yeah, I'm gonna have to pull this one out of the store. Not even kidding. Look at that bit of darkness back there too. That's what sells your paintings, right? That bit of mystery and depth, right? All this dark area in here too. All of that. You're never gonna see everything, right? You're never gonna see every piece of everything, or nothing's all gonna be the same amount of light. Just gorgeous. You never want to have all of your foam come up and meet your eye either. It never looks good. Never looks good. Now, what if we got just a little bit more of our white, and then we'll add some of these gorgeous rocks in here, like it's crashing on a rock. We'll come in with our same little directional swipes, just brightening them up a little bit. Brighten them up. Anything you bring out here, it'll be like foam on the top of our water. Very cool. And again, go with your same directions. So swipe it up. You can use a 2-inch brush or a 1-inch brush, whatever you want. Whatever's easier for you, I always say. It doesn't matter what old Paint with Josh uses. If it's easier for you to use a certain brush, then please, by all means, use that brush. Please, please, please. Oh, this one is so cool. Looks like Falcor almost. It's like Falcor out there just hanging in the water. A little bit more brightness up the side, and we can shape it, right? Like there's a little bit of foam out here. All depends on how much paint we put on the canvas, how much it's blending with all the other paint that's underneath, right? You get this little bit of foam, a little bit of Falcor. Might have to call it like Falcor Island. I don't know. Please tell me you guys know where Falcor is from. Please, please. Please tell me you know that reference. There we go, all based on our swipes. Look at that. Ah, just fantastic. Love it. Okay. Love it, love it, love it. So go over to my store, my store, or go over to my Amazon store. If you want to get the same paints that I use, or the same brushes, go check out my Amazon store, which is Amazon.com/shop/paintwithjosh. That's the old Amazon store. And that has all these brushes, all the paints that I like to use, all the different things. that we do. There we go. Oh yes. Just have this whole thing be taken over by my foam. It'd be fantastic. A lot of details in there. As we're swiping them back into our little bit of ocean, it's all climbing up. Oh, guys. So cool. Okay, literally my favorite seascape of all time. So like I said, for the last time, if you want my favorite seascape of all time, you better get over to the store and get it before I can take it away. Don't worry, it's not going to bother me too bad if you take it. I'm glad it's going to a good home. Man, just so stinking pretty. Everything about it. Okay, now we're going to come in. Final time, I'm going to soften this bit of foam back up into our wave. Slide it up, slide it up. Light pressure, light pressure, light pressure. All right, just to soften it a bit is all we need. And then we want it on that right little angle all the way down, okay? I'm going to show you the reason why right here. We're going to take our yellow, before we don't run out of room. Take our yellow and our yellow ochre, a little bit of our brown, just onto the brush. We're going to come about a 1/4 inch underneath that bit of white, right? Leaving a what? A dark disconnect. That's right, class. Thank you for paying attention. You guys get a gold star for today. Dark disconnect is what you have to leave. Now we're going to take our same brush, just like that. Pull down real hard, but try not to go up and touch that dark disconnect. Just keep our colors there. We're not trying to grab the white and pull the white down. We're just trying to grab the yellowy, sandy little bit so we can have an aurora borealis, right? No, well, yeah, I mean, if you were to spin it upside down, it would kind of look like an aurora borealis to me. And that's one of the biggest mistakes I see beginners make, is they'll leave it looking just like this. When in fact, if you just take that and just swipe out those horizontal lines, swipe out the vertical lines, look at the difference between these two things right here. Soft sandy beach, looks like I'd slice my feet up over here. That's sharp. That's some sharp stuff. Right, so we're gonna come back and slide that yellow back up to our little dark separator, leaving it in there so we don't have to add it back, right? If you add it back, it just never looks as good. Here we go. Get rid of those vertical swipes, and now all of a sudden you got this soft, sandy bit of beach. Oh, guys, just fantastic. Just fantastic. So make sure you guys are following all my moderators, and anybody who has ever bought a painting, follow them. They're awesome too. Remember, you guys can buy this painting and start coming up with your names. It's like the thing is literally coming out into the water, into my room, into the studio here. I'm standing in a puddle of ocean water as we paint this. Literally. Okay, let's throw a big old giant rock in there. Something that our wave is crashing onto, a bit of real deep, dark texture in the foreground. And then we'll just have an awesome little painting. So let's clean up some of these colors. Some of our lava that we're not using. A bit of this, a bit of green. Over here into our yellow. I don't think we're going to use any of these much. Make a nice clean area for us to work anyway. Get rid of all that nonsense. Bam. That phthalo green likes to come across and get on my reds. And then I go to make like a red flowery bush, and there's this bunch of green in there. Well, how did that get in there? All right, so if we're gonna make something up in the front, let's use a bit of blue, a bit of black and a bit of blue only. And that's gonna be our deepest, darkest thing besides straight up black, right? Just like that, you get this darker color than when you mix that crimson color in there. And we just need a little bit. We're gonna rotate it and smush it and mix it and flip it like pancakes and mix it up. And then we'll decide, what do we got over here? It almost looks like there's a big section over there where there's a rock already, right? So why don't we come over here and we'll just see. We'll just see. Do you guys like being that close? We'll be this close. Actually, there we go. Perfect. You guys see that? How big is this painting? It's an 18 by 24 inch painting. So pretty big canvas. We're gonna come up in here, grabbing little things, keeping little areas, however high you wanna go up, right? You decide what your little rock looks like. Again, all we're worried about is the top edge. So this part that meets our crashing bit of water, right? It's the only thing we really need to worry about. It came down over there, just into our foam, just a little bit, right in front of that wave, right? come over here. Scraping it in, you get all this little bit of darkness back here, and then you can go back and fill in your foam and all that different stuff, but it almost looks like our rock is invisible now. It's see-through, right? Very cool. And come up in here, again, scraping all of that paint onto the canvas, like dumping it on, making it dark. We don't want any amount of that light to show through. We want it to be as dark as we can possibly make it, right? Just like this, nice and thick and dark, and ready for some highlight paint, right? Now we're going to take our 1-inch brush and just softly, because I don't want it to move, so with the amount of pressure that we have, we can push on it and it won't go sliding all the way across the canvas, right? Maybe in this side we're going to pull out a little different direction, and you'll start to see it's like a little mini mountain, right? We had a little ledge right there, a little softness over here. Maybe it came down, maybe this side went that way, and you can just start to build all these little things and different little... Thank you for the roses. I just came back to check it out and see what my little mini mountain looked like, right? Again, you want it to come straight down back here? Do you want it to go off to the side? What does your mountain look like? It doesn't have to look like mine. And I mean, it's not even a mountain. I'm calling it a mountain, Josh. It's not a mountain. All right, I'm going to take some of that darker color and pull it down, have it mix in with our bit of sand back here. And then, just like I was telling you about those sequin pillows, you can slide our yellow back or add more. Slide it back and kind of shape it to whatever you think the shadow of that rock might be. You know what I mean? That way it's not a perfect thing. And if you ever want it to be a bit brighter, come in there with some yellow ochre. Maybe got a little bit of brightness in front of the sun, but don't get rid of that dark disconnect line. That's your best friend. Don't get rid of him. If you get rid of that dark disconnect, then it doesn't look the same. There we go. Very, very pretty, guys. What if we even did like a... What if we did like a little sun? I mean, it's gotta be directly under. Maybe we won't put ours directly under, but what if we did it right here? See if we can do it one-handed. It doesn't have to be the most perfect thing. Right? Put our little sun in the sand down there. What do you guys think on that? It's kind of cool, but it doesn't really make sense, right? It doesn't really make sense to have the sun lighting up in the sand so much. But look, maybe the more we mess with it, the more you just get that little bit of glimmer. Very cool. All depends on what you guys... I would normally put mine directly underneath, but directly underneath my sun is going to be like right here, and we don't have any room over there. Okay. Now we're going to grab up our palette knife. You guys are going to tell me where you're watching from and what's your favorite candy. What's your favorite brand of candy? Because I'm telling you, we get all sorts of different answers. I love Starburst. Oh, not even Starburst. Skittles. Skittles, right? But not just regular old Skittles. The regular pack of Skittles, go whistle. I hate that regular pack. The original lime. Get out of here. Give me the sour Skittles, the wild berry. The tropical Skittles, right? Those are the Skittles. So if you guys are ever looking for anything to send me, like a birthday gift, my birthday's coming up in May, by the way. Send me a load of Skittles. Maybe I should put those in my Amazon wish list. Just tons of Skittles and M&Ms. Okay, we're gonna take all this color like this, and wherever we decided the sun lit it up, we're just gonna start dropping on little things, right? Little bits of pressure as it comes off. Little light areas, little dark areas. Maybe we had a little shelf back here where the light just got to sit and play, right? Got caught right back there. A little bit darker. So now we'll come into a little bit brighter paint. Come up over here. Just start shaking our knife. Wherever it sticks, let it stick. You just start getting the coolest little things, right? It's going to be different. Rocks are never going to be the same thing all over the place, right? So let it get all crazy and texture-y, browns and yellows and differences in color. All these little things happen out on the tip of our rocks. They're very cool. Leaving our darkness though, right? Don't have to highlight every single piece of everything. Leave some dark areas in there. It's gotta be dark in order to cast that mysteriousness, right? Sometimes we go back in and just add little bits of dark just straight off the knife. If it's not dark enough where you want it, go make it dark, right? Give it those deep, dark little crevices, little things. Maybe this guy went down. Maybe there's another one in there. Just all sorts of little things happen to this poor old rock He's sitting out there all day. I'm going to take the backside off with some of these little details, just pull them down a little bit. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to mix out the bottom, right? Taking it very softly just to soften it so lightly. And I don't recommend you guys do this part. This is just for like the person who really knows how lightly they can touch the canvas, right? And if you think you can just so lightly touch it without sliding any of these little details out of the way, then go ahead and try. But I would not recommend it to, you know, your weekend painter or the beginner painter. Don't try to grab too much of that stuff. Just let it be. Let it be nice and thick. It's supposed to, right? It's not going to be as thick as, this isn't going to be as thick as this, right? This is much closer. Brings it out more in the foreground. Really cool. Really cool. All right, guys, so remember, this is your last chance to get this painting for $305.99 in my Etsy store. Holy cow. Right as I said that, I just heard an order go off. Oh, we got an order from somebody, but it wasn't this painting, but it is an order. So thank you for your order. Let's see. Oh, you bought the one right down here. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. That one right down at the base. Whoop, right there. There we go. Sorry, guys. Man, look at this painting. So, thank you for purchasing that. This right here is the one that they just bought. It was $185, a little bit smaller than the one we have here. A little bit less detail, right? Gorgeous though. Look at those rocks down in the bottom. I was just looking at this one today going, man, I can't believe that one hasn't gone yet. And it's so pretty. It's just all the colors in it, everything. Oh, guys. Good eyes. All right, let's see. These little bits up here. The best part about oil paints is they take so long to dry that you can go back and just mush on stuff and change it. Just change it. So neat. Okay, now we got to fill in our little bit of foam. Jurassic Park. Yeah, start coming up with a name, guys. Come up with a name. What do you want to name this painting? Because we're going to see what you guys have to call this guy. A little bit of light back there. A little bit of difference, a little bit of stuff. Very cool. All right, we're going to start coming up with some names. Because this one didn't sell, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. It will go into my new house, or I'll take it down to the office, and we'll see if somebody down there wants it. Those guys get a big discount on the price because I just have to hand it to them. I don't have to mail it anywhere. You know what I mean? I go, okay, thank you for your purchase, Tony. Thanks, Stevie. Thanks, oh my goodness. So thanks, Misty and Abigail and Christina and Melanie, all the people down here. You guys are awesome. Christina, Michelle, all the people in post-harvest, all the people on the cultivation floor. You guys are wicked awesome. And you get the biggest discounts on all the paintings, right? They're very cool. All right, we're going to take a little bit of our white. Come in here, just so light, little bits. All right, I don't want to have a whole huge amount of like foamy details, but you have to have a little bit of extraness. Right? At least I do. As I start sliding up my wave. All these little bits that are just floating on the tip, the edge. Have to come and just explode back, rotate over, get all jacked up again. There we go. Again, those same little angles. That's all it is. When we came up here, we had to change that angle, right? Here we go. Soft little things, little bits, a little bit here, a little bit there. Little differences, guys. Excellent. Okay. Remember, start coming up with a name for the painting. And I'm about to come back and check them out right now. We're going to go through and put our family in, signing it with our little 3 birds. If you're not a fan of Paint with Josh yet, you may be asking yourself, what do you mean the 3 birds, right? But if you go back and look at any of my paintings, you'll notice that there's these 3 birds in every single one. And they represent myself, my wife London, and our daughter. And they go into every single Paint with Josh painting that's in existence. If it's out there. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 that don't have the birds. But the majority all have the birds. And it's part of how I sign the paintings now. And I'm sort of known for having these 3 birds out there. I don't know why. When I very first started doing it, I was like, oh, you know, I'm not claiming I made up these birds. I didn't make up the shape or anything, but I'd never seen anybody kind of liken them to members of their family and stuff. So I started doing that, and you know, it's awesome. I always suggest you guys do that. You can take your bit of your family, if you've got, you know, 4, 5, 6 people, throw a bunch of birds out there. Get your whole flock, right? The whole flock of people. A little bit of that white right on the edge. I'm telling you guys, this one turned out fantastic. Right back there. Excellent. I can't think of anything else to put on this thing besides my signature. So let's sign it on the front. Let's sign it over here in the water. And then we'll go name it. So start coming up with a name. What do you want to name this painting? And thank you for your purchase. The person who purchased this one down underneath here, I'm going to get that boxed up and shipped out for you on Monday. Got custom packaging. Did I take? Oh, I didn't. Here we go. So if you've ever wondered what the packaging looks like for Paint with Josh, here it is. I make my own boxes, right? Got a little flap on the top. They're very professional looking. We wrap it in bubble wrap. We stick it inside. It's double walled on the inside. A lot of protection. Fragile stickers all over the place. And that's what will show up to your door. Also, with every painting purchase, on the front of the box, inside of a little slip, there'll be the stickers and my business cards. And you'll get to have a couple Paint with Josh stickers for every painting you buy. So, like people like Nicole and Melanie, they have like 40 Paint with Josh stickers. Got lots of stickers. Okay, let's flip this thing around. And I'm going to see beautiful disaster, beautiful explosion. Like, that's amazing. Heat waves. I lava you. I love that little cartoon too. I lava you. Name of painting. I dig it. I dig it. All right, let's finish the top. Let's finish the top. I'm going to get that little bit of our liquid white. Helps it all blend. Even on the edges of the canvas, it helps. Even the edges. There we go. So we'll flip it around. We're going to name, oh man, it almost came off the easel again. We're going to name it I Lava You. I like that. I lava that. I lava that title. So, let's come in here. We'll finish it all up later. We'll flip this guy around just like this. Bam. There we go, folks. Bring it back down. I lava you. Who came up with that title, guys? Oh, Tara's daughter's name's Lemon. That's awesome. You guys are very cool. Okay, let's see. So this is painting number 705. All right, now you can come over here. We're going to name it what's that? What happened, guys? Okay, I lava you. Perfect. Okay, remember guys, you'll be able to rewatch this stream if you're a Super Squad member of YouTube, right? So you can go to youtube.com/paintwithjosh and then put /join if you want to become part of the YouTube Super Squad, right? You'll be able to rewatch all these streams. You can paint along with it. You can do all sorts of stuff. If you want to see the photos of all the paintings that we do and zoom in and get an up-close look, go over to facebook.com/paintwithjosh. Right? Of course, you guys are already following me over here on TikTok, but did you know my Instagram, which I am verified over on Instagram, @PaintWithJoshK, same as my TikTok tag. All right, and then you can buy all these paintings, get shirts, sweaters, hats, pillows, all sorts of stuff, paintwithjosh.etsy.com. Go over there. Now, if you want to see this painting, if you just tuned in right now and you're like, what the heck are we watching this guy write on the back of a painting for? And you want to see what the front says, or what the front is, write in the comments. Say, spin it. Spin that sucker. Ride round, baby. Ride round like a record, baby. Spin that painting right round. You guys ready? I got to see if we're writing Are we writing spin it? Okay, at least we got a couple spins. Spin it! Boom! Man, if this one didn't just come out so fantastically. I love the little lava, the volcano. I love our rock over here. Everything just turned out great. Excellent little canvas. Perfect little scene. I finished my edges over here. Always gotta blend and blend and blend and blend. Blendy, blendy, blendy. So, thank you for titling it. I don't know who titled it, but it's a great title. I'm assuming London titled it. She's so smart. It's so pretty. Thank you. So remember, guys, your girlfriend watches me on TikTok. It's probably true. It's probably true. It's like the best flex I can do. Let's see. We'll finish our edges, of course. That little bit of softness in there, that darker color around all of our volcano. Oh, it's fantastic. Finish this side. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching. And I was going to say, if this one's sold, I would come back and do another one tonight. But, you know, it's only 8:20. We could do another one tonight. But I was hoping this one big one would sell. But I don't know. Would you guys want me to come back and do another one? It doesn't feel like you would want me to come back and do another one if the one that I'm painting doesn't sell. I mean, that's just my own personal thing. But I don't mind. I try to do this as a job, you guys. So help me out. Helps me pay bills. And I love coming up here and painting. So you guys want to see me do some more? Maybe we got another one in us tonight. More, yes, please. Yes, another painting. Oh, you guys. So this one's $305.99. It's an 18 by 24. Comes with free shipping. See how big it is right there. That's the full painting. So compared to me, pretty big painting. You know what I mean? It's good size. Takes up a good wall. 18 inches by 24 inches across. All the dimensions are over on Etsy. It's a 1/2 inch thick canvas. Black canvas on the bottom, white canvas on the top, one that we created ourselves. It's framed on the back. It's got that beam that runs behind the center. And all you gotta do is put two little thumbtacks on either side of your wall, hang it right up on those. No need for any expensive hardware or screws or anything like that. They're very light. They're not gonna fall off. Let's finish washing these off. Tell you guys, you can go over and catch all these live streams if you sign up for my YouTube paid membership, which is $7.99 a month. And you'll be able to rewatch all of these things, become part of the Super Squad. There's about 40 to 50 people over in the Super Squad right now, and they don't even know it yet, but they're going to get so much more content. Because I take these live shows and I clip them down and I make how to do waves, or how to do a volcano, or how to do clouds, or how to do a sunset, how to make your beach look wet, how to do rocks, right? I get all that, my TikToks and stuff, from my live streams, because we do everything live around here. But now, all of my Super Squad members are going to be able to rewatch all of these live streams. I have like 30 of these live streams still saved, and I can upload them all into YouTube. So if you want to go over and sign up for the YouTube Super Squad, go to youtube.com/paintwithjosh/join, and you'll be able to sign up over there on YouTube. And if you want to become part of the TikTok Super Squad, I'm going to love you just the same. I think it's $2.99 or $3.99 over here on TikTok to join the subscribers. And you guys are the TikTok Super Squad. Super Squad! All right, we got a few more brushes. I feel like I'm forgetting something, guys. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Am I forgetting something? Remember, go to paintwithjosh.etsy.com if you want to buy this painting. This one down underneath just sold, so that one's out. And it is no longer available. What is that? What do we got over here, guys? So we're going to finish watching these. And I've got so many more little ones that aren't as expensive. You know what I mean? You got ones like this. This is fantastic. This one's still available. Nice little mauve colored Seascape. Blue with the yellow and the crimson. The green bits in there. Very pretty little one. That one's available in the store. These ones I gotta move over to the sold section. Those go in the sold pile. And then we've got both of these paintings still available as well. So we've got Primrose Pass, which is a 16 by 20 inch, more of a realistic sunset with the colors of the sky and everything. A little bit of that red light lighting up our trees back there. Lots of snowy mystery in this one. We've got this sunset snowy mystery as well, with a door to another dimension. Is one of your relatives going to come walking out of that door and sit down and have a talk with you? Or do you pass through that door and go into heaven? How, what do you believe? Is it a doorway to another dimension? A portal? This, that, and the other? That's up to you guys to decide, isn't it? That is always up to you to decide. Yeah, so this one is number 705. And I'll show you in the Etsy store right here. Let me see, I think I had a message come in from... Oh, cool. Somebody sent me a picture they had done after doing one of my waterfall scenes or watching one of my videos. They sent me a photo. That's awesome. Learned so much from you, bro. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. I give all this stuff away for free. That's why we got to charge for the painting so we can keep buying more supplies and stuff, right? Okay, there we go, right there. So if you go into my store, right there where it says TikTok Live Painting, and if you zoom in and look at it, what its original price is versus what the 40% off price is, comes with free shipping, all sorts of things, and have no fear, right? Paint with Josh, Etsy star seller. And we have just tons of 5-star reviews. I've got more than 640 sales. And this one's waiting to come to you. So as long as you go search for number 705, or that thing that says TikTok Live Painting, you'll be able to pull up this listing and get it. And if you look at all the other photos in there, there's a few other pictures of sunset seascapes. I didn't know how it was going to look, so I always put a few pictures up going, okay, this is sort of all the other sunsets we've done, and that's sort of what this one's going to look like. They're all changed. I love this little far-off mountain back in the distance. He's so cool. Just adds so much depth. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, I guess if this one doesn't get purchased, I'll just have to go relax tonight and not do much more for the evening. So, thank you. I don't want to say your real name, but the painting is going to Delaware. Oh, that's awesome, because I've never sold anything to Delaware. So that other Seascape painting that I showed you that looks like this one, but the blue and green, it's going to Delaware. It's my first painting sold to Delaware. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm going to be able to check that state off the list. I have a whole U.S. map that only has like 8 states left to fill in. Right? Some states have 30, 40 paintings in them. Some states have 1 painting in them. But if I can just get 1 in every of the 50 states, that would be so great for me. Just as my own, I don't know, it's been like 4 years now. I don't have every state after 4 years now. That's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? Okay. All right, guys. Well, let's end the show. We'll go downstairs. And I might just end up coming up. I got a feeling someone's going to buy this one. I do. I just got a feeling. And then I'm going to have to come up and do another painting. And so my thought was maybe doing like a rustic farm scene, right? So we'd have like big giant Teton mountains, nasty old rustic cabin right here, big old cabin, couple little trees, lots of sand, like grassy stuff down around the bottom. Very cool. And these paintings are only about I think it's like there'd be 225-ish for this size. So we can come back and do that, or I can come back and do, let's see. Did you know Peter Max Painting? No, I don't know Peter Max Painting. Let's see, I do have this one that we prepped earlier. All right, it's kind of like a lighthouse. It's gonna be the same sort of thing, a little lighthouse seascape. Big crashing wave coming in again. Lots of rocks and different stuff. Big things we can do. Lots of stuff we can do. And then I have the biggest canvas that I've prepped so far, guys. Have you sent the one to RI yet? The one to Rhode Island, which number was it? Or what was the subject matter to the one to Rhode Island? Yeah, the lighthouse one's going to be really cool. It's going to be really neat. Thank you, Destiny's Child. I appreciate that. Butch Boomer. Thank you, thank you. Oh man, we've been here for 90 minutes already. Lighthouse painting. Did you know Thomas Kincaid? I know of Thomas Kincaid, but he paints a lot more details, a little bit different style. Have you sent one to Georgia? Yeah, I believe. I think the ones that the states that I'm missing. I think I have Rhode Island. I'm missing like New Hampshire, Delaware. Oh, geez. What is it? New Hampshire, Delaware, probably Montana, as strange as that sounds. Montana, all the middle states along the Mississippi River. So I don't think I have Mississippi. I have Louisiana. I don't think I have Missouri. I don't think I have a few in Tennessee. Well, I have a ton in Tennessee now that Melanie's a super fan. What's that other one? What's the one? You know how it looks like a chef holding a pan of Kentucky Fried Chicken? What's the Iowa? All of them. All the states. I've got tons in Ohio. I've sold to Oregon. Yes, I've sold. You know what? I'll pull up the dang picture, guys. Hang on. I'll pull up the stinking picture because I got it in here somewhere. I can't remember the last time I did my state's map, but it's in here. Come on, eyeballs. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Don't make me wait too long either. Nobody wants to sit up here and watch me scroll through my iPad. It's ridiculous. Come on, Josh. Where is the stinking photo? Oh, it can't be this far back, can it? You guys ever do that? Like, it can't be this far back. Like, when's the last time I did the states thing? Was it this far? Was it this long ago? This can't be. I must have skipped it. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay. So, all of these states, right? Everything that's a red state has more than 4 shipped to it. Everything that's a purple state, everything that's an orange state has more than 3. And now that Tennessee just went crazy with Melanie, this state's going to be like black. There's so many paintings there, right? So these are the ones I'm missing. Montana, you guys are making me seem like an idiot. I'm coming back to that one. I think that one's, oh, shoot. Is that Iowa? No, it's not Iowa. What is that state? God, I feel like an idiot right now. We're missing this one down here. I think that's, again, it's not Alabama. I'm just trying to get you guys to comment. Kansas. That's that one. That's Kansas. So what's this one up here, you guys? Iowa. That's what I said. Iowa. And then Illinois next to it, right? I got that. Mississippi. So we do have one. Or is that Mississippi? Who are we talking to? And then I've got these little guys over here that we need. I think that's New Hampshire and Delaware and whatever that little tiny white one is right there. So Virginia, I've got tons and tons and tons in. Ohio, we've got tons. Michigan, I've got probably 70 paintings in Michigan. All these states that are white, I haven't shipped yet. We even got Hawaii. Hawaii is actually going to turn orange because I sent 2 more to Hawaii. So that'll turn orange. Alaska's sitting at 2 sales right now. These states have 2. New Mexico has 2. Everywhere else is all pretty much red. So those are the states that we need, guys. If you can go over to paintwithjosh.etsy.com, right there. Look, it even says it. Right there. And it's actually 40% off. More than this discount right now. So, tons of states that and we're only missing a couple left. And now that we got Delaware, I'll be able to check that one off. Get those other states. They're really cool. You guys just make me so happy. I just love you to death. And so thank you, buyer from Delaware. Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome. And I only need a few more to finish the whole 50 states, right? It's always been a dream since I very first started. Like, how long is it going to take? And it took a long time. Still taking a long time. Okay, we still got our palettes to clean up. We got a couple brushes to wash real fast. Just real quick. And then we'll probably be back up here. Like I said, I got a feeling someone's going to buy this and it's going to force me to come back upstairs and do some more painting tonight. I just got a feeling. I got a feeling. Ooh, ooh. That tonight gonna sell this painting. And I might just sell this painting. Might just sell this painting tonight. Okay, I got that. Clear this up. Get this guy. Scrape up all this old color. get it out of our way, and that way it doesn't go the slightest bit dry while we're downstairs for 20 minutes. Again, if this painting sells while I'm up here, I'm coming back up to do another one. If it doesn't sell while I'm up here, then I might come back up and do another one. All depends. All depends. Damn, speed racer over here. All right. Yeah, we had like grilled chicken with mashed potatoes and potato wedges, mac and cheese. That was a fiery night tonight for dinner. Let me tell you. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. I'm done. We're cleaned up, all ready to go. Just love this one. Oh, like I said, I'm putting it in my new house unless somebody buys it from me. So until I see you guys, maybe in about, I don't know, less than an hour, probably. I'll go downstairs, have a quick smoke, and then maybe grab a Dr. Pepper, and we'll pop back up and decide what we're going to do, right? And figure it out. So until I see you guys then, let me double check the comments right now. Make sure no one's like, wait. Thank you for the hand hearts. Thank you for the hand hearts. I love you guys. Thank you for all the follows. Remember to follow me. Follow all my mods, like London. Let's see. Thanks so much. You're very welcome. I love painting you guys. So it's not a hard thing to get me to come back up here and do these types of things, right? See you soon, Cosmic Lighthouse, one of the PWJ Super Squad members over here on TikTok. She just helps pay just to support me. Yes, thank you for everyone that showed up. London is awesome. Can you paint an elephant? No, ask London. It's very bad when Josh tries to paint animals. They don't turn out very good. So I have shipped 3 to Hawaii. I actually shipped 1 to America's Samoa. It's going out on Monday. It's nice and dry. It's going to be shipping out. It's going to be fantastic. No cows, that's for sure. We don't do cows. We don't talk about that. All right, guys. Well, I need a little bit of a break, and then I'll come back up here. We'll see if this painting sells in the next half hour or so while you guys are just anxiously trying to get me to come back. I do ship to London, actually. I have worldwide free shipping. So if you spent $305.99 American, that painting is going to show up at your front door with no extra shipping charges. Yes, come back. I don't know. It's hard. It makes me think you guys don't want me to come back when the paintings don't sell. Then I'm like, what? Nobody wants me to come back. Why would I come back? Oh, I was going to show you guys this too. So this painting, look at how much bigger this painting is going to be, right? If you've ever seen me do the Royal Majesty, where it's got a mountain in the background and more trees, and then a waterfall over here, and lots of green grass and different stuff. This one is very big. It's going to be a big, long live. It's going to take a long time to do, and it's going to be a lot. So if you plan on getting a Paint with Josh painting and you want a nice big one to cover up your wall, this one's probably going to be between $500 to $700 for this size, right? Depending on the amount of detail and everything else, because I do have to ship it. It's more money to ship. It's a heavier canvas. It's a big Pro Series canvas. So it's like gallery style on the side. They're really fantastic, and I can't wait to come do this one. And I would do this one tonight, but it's going to be a long live. I don't really want to go too late into the evening working on this big old sucker, right? But that's going to be cool. If you've ever seen me do the Royal Majesty of Bob's, it turns out fantastically. See, in the shipping, I got the shipping down to about $80 to go all the way to England for a painting about that size. Really only going to cost me about $80. And it's all in how I do my packaging, right? So, yeah, the shipping is free right now in the store, anywhere in the world. Thank you for all the roses, Disney. Disney by DJ. Disney by DJ. It's my DJ voice. Shipping is free. Oh, the Tiny Diny. I love the Tiny Dinies. Just 100 roses with the hand hearts. You guys are so sweet. You're just so sweet. All of yous. All of yous are so sweet. Okay, I might come back. Somebody's got to buy this painting, and then I'll come back for sure. But if not, I'll go downstairs, and I'll decide, I don't know, maybe what we're going to paint. If I want to come back up and paint another one, which one I would do. Maybe we do just a black canvas. Oh, I was telling you guys about the frame, wasn't I? No, that was in the last live. But look at, I got a brand new white frame from Michaels, and I was like, oh, I wonder what the Seascapes will look like in a white frame. I hear a Seascape looks really pretty in a white frame. And I must admit, it does look really pretty in a white frame. It just brings out all those bright colors even more. So, same frame will fit that painting too, which I'm really going to love. And that's the best part. I literally went over to Michael's. I said, okay, I'm going to go find one of those frames that you see that has this thing inside of it, right? And it's just got those little fold over flap thingies on the back. These frames are cheaper than the ones that have the glass front, because all it is a bit of plastic in there, right? And the cardboard backing. And so what you do is you pop the cardboard backing out, poof, you already have a pre-made canvas, or a pre-made frame for your perfectly sized canvas. And if it doesn't fit in there nice and snug, they make these little like S-shaped clips that you screw, onto the back of the canvas into the back of the frame, and that way it never comes out. It's very cool. Super easy, nice little simple way to do it. And like I said, I just can't believe how this one turned out. And you could start a fire in my mouth with how dry it is. So I've got to go downstairs, and I can't wait to see you guys again. So hopefully somebody buys this one, and if they do, I'll shoot back up here within the next half hour. And if not, then it may take a little longer. May have to wait until tomorrow, but I don't know. You just have to follow me and see. We'll pop back up here and go live again. So thank you guys for tuning in, for hanging out. Thanks for helping name this painting. And until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day. And bye-bye. I'm an idiot. I'm just a total idiot.